The number of Filipinos with HIV/AIDS is rising at an alarming rate. As this report tells us, many of the victims are overseas Filipino workers.
Rome worked in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia in 2004 to save up for his family. It was there that he found that he was HIV positive. He admits he had it coming given his past lifestyle.
Nagkaroon ako ng iba-ibang behavior. Nagkaroon ako ng partner na babae, nagkaroon ako ng partner na lalaki, pumapatol ako sa mga bading.
The AIDS Society says more overseas Filipino workers are testing positive for HIV. Just this July, 40 tested positive, bringing the total number to 166 since January this year. This is almost double the number compared to the same period last year. Aside from OFWs, other Filipinos have become infected as well. HIV, or Human Immunodeficiency Syndrome, is a virus that attacks the immune system. This can be transmitted through sex and blood transfusion. Mothers with HIV can also transmit the disease to the child in their womb.
Mas mabuti at mas maganda ang response sa treatment kung wala pang nararamdaman ng isang taong may HIV at masimulan na namin ang gamot.
Though HIV is not yet curable, it has become less fatal. Experts advise the public to take an HIV test early on. You can call this hotline number for a free and confidential HIV screening. Medical treatment for the disease is also free if you have a PhilHealth card.
Now, as part of the campaign against HIV/AIDS, a Red Whistle campaign was launched. Joining us in the studio to tell us more about the group and its projects are the founders, Nicolo Cosme and Jonas Bagas. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here. Good mornings at ANC. Why a red whistle to symbolize your advocacy against HIV/AIDS?
You know, it started out of curiosity because I saw someone wearing it for a disaster preparedness campaign, and I thought that HIV and AIDS issue in the Philippines is not too different from a disaster preparedness, except for the fact that we're facing the disaster now. So I think we needed a very proactive image so people can reflect to and say, oh, you know, we have to do something about it, diba? As compared to the red ribbon, na parang it's just there.
Right, right. At least for the whistle, you know it's something that you could use.
Yes.
This is something to symbolize a different kind of calamity that is facing the country.
And a call to action, and people can probably reflect to, hey, you know, it can mean stop, it can mean go, you know.
Okay, the reference that was given to me, is saying that 6 new infections are recorded every day.
It's actually 7 now.
Yeah. 7 new infections every day.
That was last week.
Yeah.
This is just here in Manila, right? We just had a report about OFWs all over the world.
All over the country.
All over the country.
Philippines.
Okay. An exponential leap from the low and slow character of the epidemic before 2007. And I was asking you before we went on air, what happened? I mean, before that, we were introduced to the dangers of HIV/AIDS. There were a lot of people talking about it. Did we drop the ball somewhere? Did groups drop the ball? Did the government lose track of this thing, and that's why there was that rise again?
Well, there are many possible factors. One of them would be there are more testing facilities now. A lot of
more are discovered.
Yeah. A lot of receiving countries are actually requiring overseas workers to get tested before they get sent to. Before they get deployed.
That's right.
And sexual behavior is also changing. And the ingredients for an HIV epidemic has always been here in the country. Condom use is very low. Multiple sexual partnership is actually common among Filipinos. We've been in denial about our sexuality for a long time, but that has been there for a long time. And also, we've seen a rise in STI incidents among Filipinos. So it's been there. We've been aware that an epidemic could take place, kaya lang we've ignored these signals. That's hence the red whistle.
Okay. You are just one of many groups who are raising awareness about HIV/AIDS and its dangers. What makes you different? Are you here to just supplement those groups? What makes you unique? What would make your group more encouraging for people to be aware about?
You know what? In fact, we're actually from different groups.
Yeah.
So we just all just really came together. I think it started from really passionate people who wanted to do something because late last year to early this year there were a number of deaths that were AIDS related. So some were friends, some were friends of friends. So we were really alarmed. That's why the Red Whistle came out to be, and we called each other, hey, let's meet, and I would call Jonas, and our other friends said, and we decided to meet up, and we said we need to do something about this. We can't wait for our government to do something as a national response. We need a community response right now, and we believe that community-led projects such as this actually are very much better than...
And this is a community-driven initiative. If you talk to government officials, they'd most likely downplay the epidemic. They'd say that it's not alarming yet dahil konti pa lang sa general population yung affected. But many, especially many men who have sex with men within the gay community, we are in the front line for the epidemic, and we have to act now. We have to tell our friends, our community, that the epidemic is here, and we have to do something about it.
Okay, talk to us about your activities. You said May this year. What have you done since then?
Well, we started seeding by giving out red whistles.
Okay.
We got about...
You're giving away those whistles for free?
Yeah, for free.
Just to clarify.
Yes, for free. So they were sponsored by another sponsor, so they paid for it. So we initially we have 2,000 pieces or 3,000 pieces of red whistles, and we gave them away to people as a sign of, parang we needed you to help us. So we usually give it personally, so we meet up with you and tell you, hey, this is something, and it creates curiosity. Like if I see Jonas wearing it, and if I'm not, I'm gonna ask, what's that? And then that's your cue now. Okay, it's about this and that. There are 6 new cases, or in this case, there are 7 new cases a day.
But you're dealing also with groups. You have some sort of seminars. You have sort of. I was asking you a while ago about this. A headshot clinic. What's a headshot?
Well, the headshot clinic is separate from the Red Whistle. But I started this out about 3 years ago. I take photos for Facebook, and I tie it up with an advocacy or an advertisement. Yeah, and I've done something for HIV for 3 years together with the UNAIDS.
You've tied up with other groups as well. Can you tell us about those groups and personalities that are part of your advocacy?
With various organizations that provide HIV services. So we make sure that the awareness will go viral, and hopefully we could outpace the spread of the virus. But at the same time, we want people to be linked to services that could help prevent the spread of HIV, so that they know their HIV status, and if they get positive or if they get tested for HIV, then hopefully they could be integrated to treatment services that could actually save their lives.
Encourage people to have themselves tested regularly. Is it hard to talk to them about this? I don't know how to start a conversation like that if you're not a personal friend, right? But
you know what, with the Red Whistle, it was easier for us to talk about it.
Oh, great.
Because when I see it, and it opens discussion
because
to talk about...
They would be the ones who ask, what's that all about?
And then you go, hey, it's about blah, blah, and it's about testing. Have you tested yourself? So that, it creates that venue for us to talk about sex, to talk about HIV testing, which is very important because the Filipinos parang in denial of having sex, or I had to tone that down, or even testing. Parang, why would I test myself? I'm not even sexually active.
Some people will be defensive, right.
People don't know kasi that testing is for free. You can get for free, and it's confidential. You don't even have to give your real name, not unless you're the president of the Philippines.
Okay, are you focusing on a certain age group, certain individuals, people in the industry?
The young group. Most definitely, because the hard targets right now is about 15 to 20 years old. So we're focusing on the youngs. And of course, we're not just saying that we're just targeting them, but of course it has to be a general sort of campaign for everyone, for the whole Philippines. Because if you try to put it in a box, then people will feel it's just for the young, or it's just for the gay people. We don't want that.
Okay, if people find out about your advocacy and your campaign, and they want to help out, how do they do that?
You know what? You're seeing a video right now on the screen, which is actually done by a student from CSB. We did not ask him to do this video, but he apparently just did it because he wanted to support this particular advocacy, and that's what we want people to do now. We want people to take initiative, to be engaged and to be inspired by our campaign and do something.
You want it to be viral. You're not actually forming a big group and asking people to become members of this group so
Yes.
you could help out in the campaign.
To be honest with you, we're only a few people running this campaign, and it's 5 or 7. It's very difficult. We have like tons of emails requesting for red whistles, and I'd like to apologize for those who hasn't really received one, or
People are
even
gonna-
received a reply from us, because it takes we have our own jobs too. I'm a photographer, and
Right.
Jonas is with lawmaking, so.
But how do they get a whistle if they do wanna?
We do have events.
There you go.
And then we plug it on our Facebook fan page, the Red Whistle.
The Red Whistle.
Yeah,
okay.
we have a Twitter account also. We post there where we are, and then you can approach us. And I've done several experiments, like I left some in the gym with a note saying, "Take me."
Ubus ka agad
Yeah,
dun.
ubus siya.
May magkukuha na
Ubus siya,
agad
but,
dun.
it's hard to trace where it went, but it's great to know that people are engaging and being inspired. We have a fundraising event later
Please tell
tonight.
us more about it.
Yeah, at 7th High. So for the first time, we'll be selling to raise funds.
Yeah.
Whistles, because we've been
For a
giving
good
it.
cause.
Yeah, well, we need to produce more because we feel that it's our heart and soul. If we run out of whistles, then maybe we're gone. So we have this, how do you call this? Stainless steel, leather encased whistle.
May jacket siya na pula.
Yeah. It's created by JL Jeans of Singapore. So we're selling this tonight, and then we're also selling this beautiful accessory over here, which is Swarovski encrusted, and then with leather. There.
Are you going to tell us how much those whistles
I
are
think
going to
this
go
will
for?
be
or-
sold for 5,000. tonight.
5,000.
Yeah.
And the other one, the other with
This
the
will be
leather
at
jacket?
500.
500
So
pesos.
cheaper.
Medyo mataas na siya. But it's for a good cause. The
Yes.
event is at 7th High. That's tonight.
7th High, that's tonight at
Where's
8 p.m.
7th High for those people?
Bonifacio High Street. Bonifacio High
And that's
Street.
at 7 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
We will be providing free HIV 101 later. At the same time, some testimonials and commitments from our ambassadors. We've identified some ambassadors and supporters for the Red Whistle, which includes Risa Hontiveros, Ogie Alcacid, and a lot of designers. I might forget. We are auctioning off more than 10 pieces from different designers from the Philippines and abroad.
For designer whistles?
No, like outfits.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about whistles.
Yeah, like Rahul Laurel. I want to thank Rahul Laurel, Joey Samson, Nat Manilag, Francis Libiran, and a lot more. I don't have the list with me.
Okay, the event is tonight at 7th High. That's at 8 p.m. 7th High is at Fort Bonifacio.
Yes.
Bonifacio High Street?
Yes, Bonifacio
Okay.
High Street.
Okay, Nicolo Cosme and Jonas Bagas, co-founders of the Red Whistle, thank you very much for talking
Thank
to us
you.
about
Thank you
your
very much.
campaign and your
Yes.
advocacy. Thank you.